Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
That's right.
We have Icewear Vezzo. Welcome, sir.
What it do, big brother? What's
Who you
up
got with you, brother?
I got my boy Chopper Boy Ray Ray with me. He cool. He just
Chopper
thugging.
Boy Ray Ray.
Yeah, he laid back in the cut.
That's one of your artists, or?
That's my man. He rap too though, but we just thugging like that.
Absolutely.
You gang with me, you gotta move like that. I ain't gonna lie, like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Keep people with your best interest that's around you at all times.
100%. Keep that circle small.
Yeah, ain't no
That's
question. It's easy to slip up. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Keep each other grounded. That's all.
This is Vezzo's first time on the Breakfast Club, which is shocking.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate it though.
So now you're independent.
Yeah, I'm independent completely. I ain't signing nobody.
I thought you was with Motown.
I ain't with Motown.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
He was with Motown.
Okay.
Out of that fast.
What was it about it that you didn't like?
I mean, like, they got a good team over there at Ethiopia. Like, I got real love for E. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I feel like they ain't understand my wave. They ain't understand that sound. You know what I mean? Like, I know they didn't, because it's certain music that I'm dropping that was turning up, like getting millions of views. And then, like, the music that they wanted to push, it wasn't that. You know what I mean? I was telling them. So, like, it was just creative differences. And, E so gangster. I just asked her to get out the contract, and she made it happen in, like, 2 weeks.
That's dope.
Yeah, I remember when you first signed, it was big for the city.
Yeah, it was super huge. And then it was just like, everybody like, man, what you doing, bro? Like, not dropping no music or none of that. Like, it just wasn't the right vibe for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the moment was good. I did it for I think I signed a record deal for all the wrong reasons. For us, like, growing up in the streets, that's like going to the league. You know what I'm saying? And I was fresh out the Fed, so I signed my deal while I was in the halfway house. That's all I'm thinking. Like, man, I'm going to take care of my family. Like, I ain't understand how that part worked. I always knew how the business worked, but not like being with no major. You know what I mean? I thought it was like you sign a major deal and you gone, you out of there. You about to hit the charts. You just going to be a big artist, if your music good enough. But it ain't work like that. You know what I'm saying?
Was the bag worth it?
No, it wasn't worth it. I already had the money that they gave me. I already had that.
Yeah.
I had triple that already. You know what I mean? Because I don't do nothing for the money, though. Every decision I make be about, the outcome. If you make a decision for money, then you ain't going to never have the right outcome.
I agree.
Your heart, your heart like that, it don't work like that. Ain't nothing I ever did was for no money. The money always come.
But you had money before music.
I had money way before music. Yeah, literally. Like,
Now, that's a rapper's favorite line now.
Nah, they just be saying that, though. The thing about me, like, my entire city can vouch for that. Like, it ain't nobody that's from Detroit, Michigan that you would call and they'll say otherwise. You know what I mean? Like, I really had real money before music, for real.
No, I said, Icewear Vezzo, you got a real rich name. That's a real...
I was broke when I made the name, though. I ain't have a dollar in my pocket. I ain't had no jury.
But you manifested it, though.
I believe in manifestation. That's big. Everything I got, I spoke it in existence. I just bought a Wraith, you know what I mean? And, like, I said that a year ago.
Wow.
I said before the summer end, I'm going to come Wraith. And I really got that.
But now it's your time. Like, you've been a Detroit legend for a long time, and now I see it starting to circulate and start to come back around. So how's that feeling?
Man, it's such a blessing, big bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it been a long grind, especially, like, with me. You know what I mean? Like, I done watched other artists in my city, like, come out and make one song and just take off. I'm really been grinding. I'm doing shows in every city and state in the Midwest and, like Louisville and all that. And it's just like, man, I got all these folks listening to my music. I done headline our summer jams before. They rapping this stuff word for word. It's just like I didn't understand why it wasn't happening for me. But, one thing I learned in prison, like, everything literally about timing. When them stars align, ain't nothing gonna be able to stop nothing you got going on. So I appreciate, that process, and I feel like the fact that it took me so long, I'm gonna have it longer.
Yeah. Well, you just released a project, but I heard the music that you had that's about to come out.
Yeah.
Is insane. Joints with
crazy.
Future,
Yeah.
Lil Baby,
Yeah.
Dirk. And I heard Future took a really liking to you. I heard y'all did a bunch of joints.
I was just with Pluto yesterday in LA. We was just recording. We got a gang of songs.
And Dirk is on this project.
No, Dirk on the me and Dirk got a song called Up the Skull right now. It's going crazy. Like, I ain't never got booked so much, like, back to back to back, and I'm naming my price and them folks paying it, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it definitely been a long grind. It's paying off, and I'm appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? I thank God every day for everything. No matter if I don't go no farther than what I am, I can say I did what I wanted to do and I had fun. I made some money.
You think Motown didn't know what to do with you because Like it feel like this wave of Detroit artists that's popping now is like really a street
Yeah.
dudes. You know what I mean? Like prior to that, Detroit was just like kind of rap. You know what I mean? Like dope rappers, but now it's like the street wave of Detroit. You think that's what it was?
What's so crazy, like the world never really understood Detroit street rap. It always been turned up, like especially like in the Midwest and in Detroit. Like you come to Detroit, you're not gonna hear like mainstream artists that was from Detroit getting played. When you riding in the streets, like you just outside, you gonna hear all local music. You know what I'm saying? And like that's exactly what it was. They didn't know what to do with me. I feel like, you know, me being a street artist and I'm rapping on these basement sounding type beats and I ain't making no hooks. I'm freestyling my songs 1 minute. You know, I felt like they thought it was just all over the place. They didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And like the thing is, it was just I was confused because it's like, man, you got a dude who really lived what he rap about. Like all that, like people can vouch for him and hide y'all not understanding what to do with. You know what I mean? But like I say, everything happened for a reason. And as soon as I got out of my deal, like shit just took way off for me. Like, you know what I mean?
I remember reading Ethiopia. They saw you perform, or she heard about you performing, and you went to go meet, and they signed you like on the spot.
Yeah, it was like literally on the spot. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I was in a halfway house, so my manager Chanel flew out there to meet with Ethiopia and everybody first. Then when I got out the halfway house, I flew right out there and we signed or whatever. Like I got real love for Ethiopia. Like she really like solid. And one thing I know about the business, it ain't never like the people that be at the top. That it's about the people that's working under them. That they gotta understand. They gotta appreciate what you're doing. Cause every time I ever asked E to do anything, like it was done. And she really believed in my sound. She still do. Like, you know what I mean? She tell me congratulations and all that. You know, I got songs with artists over there and they clearing the records real fast. You know what I mean? So it's still all love and it's all gangsta. You know, they do an amazing job with they bigger artists. They, you know, everybody just know how to move people from the bottom.
Now, you're not just an artist, you're also an entrepreneur, and I think that's important to discuss also.
That's extremely important. I bought a restaurant when I was 24 years old, a restaurant, a car wash, and a dispensary.
Wow.
That was all mine. I bought that when I was 24 years old.
I love to hear that.
You still got them?
Nah, I got rid of them before I went to the joint. Well, the dispensary, that fell apart while I was in the joint. And the car wash and the restaurant, I got rid of them before I went in because they kept getting raided like every day.
I heard the dispensary being a black owner, I heard the state really comes down on everybody hard being a black owner.
It was bad for me. Like, they was raiding this joint. Like, they raided my car wash, my dispensary, and a restaurant, like, literally, like, once a week for no reason. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point where they was pulling people over, leaving the restaurant, checking their food. I don't know what they thought I was. Like, nah, real talk, bro. Like, I don't know what them folks thought I was at the time. You know what I'm saying? But I can honestly say a lot of that shit, like, I brought that shit on myself. Just moving silly, just moving goofy. You know, I was one of them dudes that went in jail like, damn, I ain't do shit. And then when I'm sitting there like, nigga, I was goofy, like dumb as hell, just moving wild. You know, you gotta watch how you move. It ain't about what you say all the time. It's about your movement and your energy. And I was just giving off all the wrong shit. You know, I was one of them young niggas that was rapping about fuck the police and shit. You don't do that. You can't
Bringing
do that.
attention to yourself.
Not when you moving like you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I was a young nigga, but I wasn't no young nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, just moving silly as hell, all that shit just, you know, everything fell apart. It's all good, though.
What game would you give to your younger self now? I mean, you know, everything happens for a reason, but if you wanted your younger self to avoid that situation, what would you have said to yourself?
Like I say, just watch how I move. You know what I mean? Watch what I have around me. You know what I mean? Like, whoever you got around you, like, his problems become my problems.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And I can accept that. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with accepting that. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, it was just having too much motherfuckers.
Pass that to the less fortunate, man.
Yeah, right. He got all the money. I know y'all
Don't you pull out that Tesla.
I know y'all got a crazy bag. Nah, but yeah, man, just move better. You know what I'm saying? Watch the shit I say in them songs. Like, that's why I don't flash guns in my bed. I don't do none of that shit. Like, that shit real. That shit is serious, man. Literally. You know, it only take 2 more people to say the same shit about you and they got a conspiracy on you.
That's right.
And if you ain't gonna tell, you gotta do that time.
I hate conspiracy. That shit, conspiracy don't make no sense to me, though. How can somebody just say?
It's bogus, man.
Yeah, man.
It's bogus. Like, literally, 2 or more people say the same shit about you, you're finished. That conspiracy comes with some time, too. And, like, you know, the feds got a 98% conviction rate. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, niggas got to be smooth out here, man.
And when it comes to the city, does the city show you a lot of love as far as other artists and radio? Or is it difficult? Because a lot of times people say when you're in your own city, that's the most difficult part.
What's crazy, it's the opposite for me. I got it made in my city. Like, it's easy for me to do whatever. Like, I can do anything in the city. The radio support me. And I ain't one of them artists that feel like I need to always go to the radio. Like, them motherfuckers got to come to you. Like, I got relationships with the program directors on speed dial. If I get them any, they gonna play it, but it ain't about that. I be needing that organic shit. Like, I don't want motherfuckers just to play my music because he know me. Like, it ain't gonna connect like that. I'd rather wait and let them call me like, damn, bro, like, send me this song. And that's how it be happening for me. But it's easy for me, my city. Fuck with me. I don't want to say love because, you know, the streets don't love nobody. You know what I mean? But it's all love. As far as the music, they fucking with me. I'm still in my hood. I pull up whenever I feel like, you know what I mean? Which ain't too often. You know what I mean? Niggas smarter than that.
Detroit has such a specific sound too, I feel like. Yeah. Do you think that other people outside of Detroit are now trying to like emulate that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a lot of rappers like emulating that sound. Like, and even like, you know, major artists that I do music with, they be like, nigga, we want to rap on that shit. But I don't look at it like, you know, a lot of niggas look at that shit like, you know, niggas copying a wave or all that. It ain't that. I appreciate that. Cause they ain't gotta like that shit, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gotta fuck with it at all. But it matter when you get like a bigger artist like Pluto or somebody like that rapping on that kind of beat, or you know, even like Moneybagg Yo, he got a few songs. Him and Big 30 got a song called Go. That's a Detroit song. That's a Detroit sound. It's hard, but he got relationships with niggas in the city. I got songs with him. Face got a song with him, so you know it just hit different. But Lil Yachty the most solid. Like he really helped us like put that sound on the forefront. Like. You know what I mean? Like as far as an artist that's not from Detroit, he fuck with the sound and he pushed that shit. He called niggas and tap in with that music. And I don't think it's like no, you know, we smart. We knowing a nigga just trying to use. It ain't that. It's he genuinely like that sound. You know, he want to be a part of that. So we definitely appreciate it.
I say Detroit and Memphis got the best rappers right now.
Absolutely, I feel the same. And Chicago still though, I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with the Rack the long way. That's like my second home. You know what I mean? But yeah, for sure.
I saw that you founded Iced Up Film and Iced Up Realty, and y'all offer affordable housing to people in your hometown.
Yeah, I own a lot of houses in my neighborhood.
What gave you that idea?
I just wanted to do it. You know what I mean? With me, I ain't want to go back and dealing with like no restaurants and shit with no brick and mortars because I don't believe in being at one location a lot. You know, everybody knowing your spot. So it's like, how can I help without helping too much? You know what I mean? Without taking no loss. And it's just like, we got so many cribs in our neighborhood that ain't occupied, that was on the market. And I just started buying them motherfuckers and renovating them and, you know, putting people in there for like a real low cost. Affordable enough for me to where I'm not going to take a loss and it ain't going to be a burden. And I can still be able to help. You know what I mean? I got a film company called Iced Up Films. I did my first movie. It dropped last year.
Price of Love.
Yeah, Price of Love.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah, it's turned up too.
See, to me, that's king shit. You know what I mean? I don't even want to hear somebody say this is my hood if you don't own no property in it.
Nah, you a fool if you say that. You a fool.
Well, if you can afford to do it too.
If you can afford to.
If you can afford it.
But you know, most rappers, the rappers that floss the money, like, it's my hood, like, but what do you own in it?
I think we need to do it the other way around. I think we need to rap about our life, rap about what we do own, what we are part of, like our family, you know what I mean, our homies, whatever it is, and then buy the house and then rap about how much you own that motherfucker. Like, yeah, I think it's backwards. If you getting some money and you really from the streets and you can go back in your hood, you gotta buy that shit up.
Word up.
Buy it up. It don't make no sense. We look fools. Like we just our race is so behind overall. You know what I mean? It's just sad. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers ain't got life insurance, health insurance, dental insurance. I watched so many homies pass away and then they family left to pick up the bill. Like that shit is heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? I done paid for real funerals, whole funerals. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even say no names, but I have done that because, you know, dudes was left their family scrambling. You know what I mean? These guys, they got a lot of shit when they in hella jewelry, cars, all that. And it don't be about like niggas faking and don't got the money. They just don't know where to put the money and what to do with their money. Right. And that's really important. You still got guys that think it don't make sense to get a bank account.
Where'd you learn from? Who instilled that in you?
I learned from everybody. I learned from kids, grown-ups, teenagers. I learned from absolutely everybody. You know what I mean? I don't judge nobody off of what they got or what they doing with their own knowledge. I take it, you know, it's the same I learned in prison. They say you take the meat off and you throw the bone away. You know what I mean? The bone is that person. Like, so, you know, I might see a person who ain't got no money or who ain't got this and got, but they got the knowledge and they got the understanding. That's so right. I take that knowledge and put it what I got and I run with it. Like, I learned from everybody.
You think you came out of prison better?
I absolutely did. I think that was I know for a fact that was the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't
Why?
know where I'd be without prison. I appreciate going to prison. I thank God for going there. I needed that. I'm glad I got that
Why? Why exactly?
because I was moving too fast.
Anything could have happened if you
God,
didn't go.
God put you down. Made you be still for a second.
God set me down. I was lost. I ain't had no understanding on what I should be and how I should move. It got to a point where I was doing shit for the wrong reason. I was doing shit because I rap. You get what I'm saying? It's like we get money, we get out the hood, then we go back because we rapping now. We got to look like we in the hood. You know, just doing foolish shit, bro. Like, I absolutely needed that. I was still hard-headed, wild, everything. You know, I went in there and got my mind right, my body right, everything. Learned some people. You know, that shit was like a education for me. When I first got there, it was a game. You know, like the feds it ain't as hard. You know, it's just real political. Everything about politics in the federal prison system. So, you know, I'm in there having my way. I bought a cell phone my first week. I'm doing anything. But when I went to the hole, that's when I felt like I was in prison. That's when I'm like, damn, I done did all this shit, got this time, and I'm still playing games. I'm still playing games. I'm in jail playing games. I'm in jail doing some stupid shit. You know, I just felt foolish. I learned so much in prison. I learned about love. I learned that I ain't love my kids when I was in prison because love is an action. And the way I was moving, I ain't love my kids because I wouldn't have been in jail if I loved them. I ain't love my wife. I ain't love my mama. I ain't love myself. And I didn't know that. It took for me to go to prison to understand that. So now I speak with my actions and I don't really say too much no more.
That's real. Was it like a book or like somebody you met in there that gave you a spiritual awakening? Like,
It was God.
word.
I talk to God more than I talk to anybody. God, the only person that can get through to me the fastest. Of course, I read a lot of books. You know what I mean? I read, especially when I was in the hole, you know, the book cart come every Sunday. And I made my business to read at least 2 books in that week. You know, it's 23-hour lockdown. You got no choice but to read. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah. It was
Didn't you
God.
also write Price of Love, too?
I wrote that while I was in the hole. They threw my rap book away. When I went to the hole twice. The first time I went, you know, just write music, and that's what my bunkie at the time was like, bro, read a book. I'm like, nigga, you read, fuck is you talking about? You read. He like, man, no, I'm not saying it like that. We in here with no teeth. Just read. Every word you read, you literally gonna vision that shit. I'm like, bro, you tweaking. You been in this bitch too long. Man, listen, I had started reading a book from Daniel Silver. He got like that's one of my favorite artists, Daniel Silver. It's all like, you know, fake shit, but, you know, it's just where my imagination go. Like I say, I learn from situations, make something out of it. You know, and as I'm reading, I really sink that shit. So I'm like, you know what, let me read something that count. And that's when I read Malcolm X's book. Then I read The Message to the Black Man by Elijah Muhammad.
That's the first 2 books my daddy ever gave me.
I read that
Autobiography of
book
Malcolm
3
X and
times.
Mr. Black Man.
I read that book 3 times.
And that shit, both of those books show you how growth is possible. Like,
Literally.
life is about evolution. That's it.
Exactly, and it show you how to be, you know, come to self. You know, as a man, you learn how to deal with your pride. You know what I mean? That's another thing. I learned how to deal with my pride in there. Pride come before the fall. That's the worst thing I ever had. That's my worst emotion is my pride. I always lost when I lose that. But, you know, nigga learn how to be so comfortable with myself. It ain't nothing nobody else can say to me to throw me off.
That's
You
real.
can tell me right now, Vezzo, get out of here. That shit trash. I'm gonna leave out this bitch feel like a multi-trillion-dollar nigga regardless. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, like.
Do you have an issue with asking people, like, to get on songs? Because, you know, I know a lot of artists always talk about, I ain't asking nobody for no verse.
That's pride.
I know, that's why I'm asking, because that is
nah.
pride.
Hell no, I met Pluto like, shit, let's do some shit. Nigga said, all right. You know what I'm saying? It's just about how you go about it. A lot of niggas go about shit the wrong way. You know, some niggas get around niggas and, like, you don't give them no space. When I meet, like, certain niggas, I give them their space. I don't come in that bitch and plug the aux up, playing my music. You know what I'm saying? And just, like, showing niggas my videos and the likes on. I don't do none of that. I just play my role. I chill, do me. I be myself. No matter who I walk in the room with, I just always be me. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I feel like niggas adapt to that. Niggas appreciate that about me. Like, I was hanging with Kevin Gates for, like, 2 years. He didn't even know I rap. Nah, like, literally, he didn't know I rap. I never told him I did music. Never. Even Amigos, like, I was rocking with them before I went to the joint. You know what I'm saying? I was fucking with Takeoff, like, real heavy, like, flying down there. I never asked that man to get on the song, but that one, the pride part, that was just me giving folks their space. So, you know, one thing I learned is, like, you know, open your mouth, then shit. What niggas say, no? What that's gonna do to me?
Right.
How you get cool with Future? How you and Future get cool? I mean, I heard y'all got a bunch of music.
My little homie, GT, that's like my little brother. GT and Babyface Ray had tapped me in with Pluto. we just been rocking ever since. Like, we don't even talk about music. We talk about real life shit, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you're able to leave a conversation with something and count it, I don't like talking about frivolous shit. If it ain't about nothing, we don't even need to speak.
So with everything that's going on now, would you think about re-signing? Because looking at everything that's going on, this is the time. Your last deal ain't gonna be this deal. Would you think about re-signing and doing it over and being more independent with the label's help?
Yeah, because you kind of more know what you want from not getting it the first time around the way you thought it was going to be. Now you're like, okay, this is how it needs to be structured.
Absolutely. For sure, you need them labels. Ain't no way around it. I'm not going to sit in y'all face and be like, nah, nigga, I'm a boss. I've been doing this shit for, nah, nigga, you need some help. You don't have to have that machine. But this time, I'm going to go in with an understanding. There's a lot of labels trying to sign me. You know, I don't want to sign as an artist. I just want to do distribution and maybe be able to get that extra push and partnership, the way I could put up my money and have some type of say so. You can't tell a motherfucker how to spend their money. You know, motherfucker sign, you can't be like, yeah, I want this. That's them folks' money. But, you know, if I'm putting up my own bag and it's like, look, we need to do this. So absolutely, yeah, I got some shit in motion. Like right now, it's like literally like pretty much every label done called us in the last few weeks.
I just wonder if labels can do what y'all already doing. Like, I mean, I know they can give y'all money to help y'all magnify what it is that y'all doing, but do they know the streets like y'all do? They know social media like y'all do? That's the only part I'd be wondering about.
Artists the money and say, this is where I need it.
Yeah.
It can't be the old way of doing it anymore.
Facts. Nowadays, artists really like we the marketing directors and the rappers now. Like, we literally know what to do with this shit. You know, it was like when I was with Motown, it was a situation where me and Big Sean had a song, and that song wasn't really me. Like, you know, I did the song, but it was just like I didn't feel comfortable with it, and I had voiced that. Like,
the Motown scene, the artist name,
Big Sean, Detroit.
So you know what I said, and you know, and I got the verse for free, and so I'm like, shit, we ain't gotta use the song, the bitch for free. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. We gonna bring Sean to the hood. We gonna bring him on the 6. That shit gonna look good. Holmes ain't really been in the hood like that. Like, not my hood on the east side, not where I'm from. Like, Buddy ain't really been over there. He ready, he willing to come. You know, dude ain't no square like that. You know, he a man. He is who he is. He ready to come to the hood. I'm like, let's do that like that. We end up spending a bankroll like over $100,000 on a video at the art museum, just all type of shit. I'm like, man, this shit. So you know what I did? I did another song. Me and my little brother, Babyface Ray, we did a song at a gas station. I paid the videographer $200. I bought me some white Air Force Ones and threw in the jersey I already had. That bitch did like 2 million views in a month. Me and Big Sean video still ain't at 1 million views.
Damn.
I can't believe
we dropped this song. I dropped this song the same week. I mean, the same month as me and Big Sean shit. And it's just like, when you are who you are, that's what they want to see. You get what I'm saying? Like, if that's you, then that's what's gonna count for you. But if you not that person and you jump in that lane, like J. Cole could have had that song and that shit would have went up. And that video, it could have been him and Big Sean. That shit would have been amazing. But it's like, it's me. You know, I wasn't ready to look like no star. You know, you gotta crawl before you walk, and I wasn't ready to walk just yet. You know what I'm saying?
And it's good to try new things, but I mean, people will sniff it out when it's not authentic.
It wasn't authentic at all. You know what I'm saying? That shit just wasn't that. And I was fresh out of jail. You know, nigga I don't mind speaking positive. I don't care what a nigga say. Like, I am who I am. I still post some shit and say, thank God. You know, I just say the most positive shit. Sometimes, motherfucker, like a lot of people, I feel like they was judging me when I came home. You know, speaking that type of good energy, and I ain't never stopped speaking that. So you throw that in with a bigger sounding type song, like, oh no, buddy done switched it all up. What the fuck, gang on? You know what I'm saying?
But humans are complicated, so if you want it, you can do that and then turn around and do the gas station video at the same time.
Yeah, you can do choppy talk, and then
and that's exactly what I did. You know what I mean? But I feel like now I know how to infuse that shit. I know how to be able to, like, me and Pluto, our shit sound like big and small, you know what I'm saying? No homo, like, it just sound like that.
Future one of the ones that mastered that transition though, from like discreet mixtape rap to even with the songs he was putting out. Like, Molly Percocet was the #1 song in the country,
for
bro.
sure. He infused that shit. That's cause bro still tuned in. You know, he still tapped in. Like, his mind ain't left. You know what I mean? Niggas around, motherfuckers be Motherfuckers go through shit. You know, you still around people. You looking out and helping motherfuckers that's really going through everyday problems. So sometimes that energy might kind of rub off on you. You know what I mean? That's why I understand when niggas have had everything in the world and be like, I'm stressed. I'm not saying he said that, but just overall, I understand if a nigga had everything in the world and be like, man, you know, I'm stressed. I ain't feeling right. Like, I understand that. You know what I mean? Because naturally, it's about that energy that you're around. You know, you reciprocate that shit. You feel me? Like, even being in prison, it was time I was running with niggas that was just complaining a lot. I just got tired.
I can't stand that.
Listen, I was in a TV room one day. Like, I called my wife, like, baby, I'm about to go back to the hole. These niggas irritating.
I'd rather be by myself.
niggas gonna rap to you, all that niggas stressing. Like, I just told a nigga one day, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, nah, true story. He know who he is. I said that, like, bro, he out too. I said, man, shut the fuck up, bro. Just get out, bro. I'm tired of hearing that shit, bro. Niggas trying to go home, nigga. We here to get our mind right. You in this bitch crying and complaining, nigga. Like, there's motherfuckers in this bitch that ain't got 50 cents on their account. Shut the fuck up, bro. You ain't working out. You ain't doing nothing. You sitting still, complaining and shit, crying, keep chasing these hoes. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same thing in life now, though. Yep. Like, you really got to just keep your circle pure, man. Keep all negative energy out of your space, man.
You got to keep people around you who willing to hold you accountable, too. Because you got to be able to hold them accountable. You know, I can't, it's hard to count. You ain't never going to be able to count for nobody's actions, like what a motherfucker do before they get around you or after. Like, we'll never really know that. But if you build that friendship off of respect and honesty, and you try to build it off of love with showing each other that, then, you know what I mean, y'all be willing to really hold each other accountable about shit. Like, you know.
You should be able to tell your friends, look, all you doing is complaining. Shut the fuck up.
Or take care of your kids.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep, take care of your kids.
Playing, you know, you playing with shorty, like, take care of your kids, all that. Like, my niggas don't tell me when I'm wrong. Like, I do shit. With me and my manager, we argue. Niggas be like, bro, you wrong. It been time. One of my homies like, bro, at the end of the day, that's a female, bro. You shouldn't even raise your voice like it's loud like that. And I'm like, damn, you're right. I called her, apologized, and I never did it again.
And your wife will definitely tell you when you're wrong.
She always tell me when I'm wrong. Every time me and Chanel get into it, she go Chanel's side. I be like, listen, what y'all got going on? I hate when she don't take my side. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's get into a joint, man. What you
Hold on real quick. Is it possible to make the transition from rap to the streets without bringing the baggage from the streets with you?
Make the transition from rap?
From the streets to rap without bringing the baggage from the streets with you?
You gotta learn how to say no. Niggas don't know how to say no. Niggas get in that position and get to try and please everybody. You can't please everybody. Niggas make it all the way that far just to go please some other niggas.
You think so, though? Because, I mean,
know
the
so.
stuff you do in the streets, it's like, once you get in the rap game, you just can't say, all right, I'm done with that. It always
have too much to lose.
But that's why it's called a transition. You know, that's the real definition of transitioning. You know, it's a process. A transition is a process. So it's about how you go about that process. You know, you still gossiping with niggas, and you might be at the crib, nigga been and bought a mansion at the crib, but you on the phone gossiping about other niggas all day. You on the internet indulging and sucker shit. Like, you ain't transition. Your transition stage just a little off. I know how to tell niggas, bro. When I got out of jail, one of my homies posted a picture. I told him, bro, delete it. No disrespect, bro. I love you like a motherfucker, but we both going through shit. It don't make sense for me to come out the feds and then be alright. That don't make sense for me. I'm not afraid to tell a nigga what I want. You know what I mean? And he understood that because he a real nigga. He a man too. You know what I mean? And he got out, he did the same shit with another nigga, bro. I can't be around. So I ain't afraid to tell niggas, bro, I ain't on that. We ain't moving like that. We ain't doing that. It ain't making sense. This ain't it. Niggas be trying to please other men.
And one thing you always say, too, is that you don't talk about if you have issues with somebody behind the scenes, that's not something you'll discuss publicly.
Never. Like, once it hit the internet, it ain't no going back. And people got it in their mind. Like, if you got any type of name, whether you local, major, mainstream, people automatic, especially family, the most, they feel like that's the best way to hurt you. It's to publicly damage you. And that's just fucked up. That's a bad mentality. That's ill will. You got a bad soul. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's not wrong. I mean, that's not right. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, if I'm going through something, I'm never gonna talk about it on the internet. Even like with Motown, I've never went on the internet and said I'm not with Motown. It don't make, for what? What am I getting out of that? Them folks try to change my life. Them folks gave me some, they didn't have to give me nothing. I don't give a fuck if it was 10,000. They didn't have to give me that. it's a million niggas in the world that want to rap that's reaching out to them. They can get that opportunity to. So I always look at the good out the situation and learn how to appreciate that part of it versus the negative part of it. So that's the same as motherfucker running to the internet and, you know, out of all the shit I did for you, all the advice I gave you, all the courage I helped you maintain and all of this shit, soon as something go wrong, you run in the internet and tell everything you think you know about me.
Right.
You know, that shit fucked up, so I never go back with nobody after that.
You know, one thing I noticed about you, too, when you first popped off, it was really like a lot of strip clubs that you were in, that you were promoting your music. How do you promote now?
Really, Instagram shit, the same way everybody do. I keep a good relationship with all the DJs, so it's really still a strip club, honestly. You know, I feel like that's the best way to catch a vibe, catch you a buzz. You just gotta go in that motherfucker and spend some money. I ain't afraid to pay the DJs, too. Like, these niggas...
Not envy. Can't do that.
Nah, like
he meant in the club.
He meant club
okay,
DJs.
okay.
Yeah. No, and I ain't even talking about like pay the DJ to play my music. Just period. Just like I support what DJs got going on. You know, and obviously I do it for if I might need them later on. You know, but one thing I noticed that niggas be cheap. Niggas will go spend $60,000 on a watch and try to give a DJ $100. $200, and without the DJ and the producer, them the main two people that need to be taken care of, and you know, and then the manager. Without that, like, nigga really won't have shit. You know what I mean? I just feel like I learned how to prioritize, like, what's more important, what helped me most. That's my producers, my DJ, and my motherfucking manager. So I make sure they get the best. I be around niggas that had 12 chains on. Nigga, yeah, this my producer. He look like Lil 20 from, you know what I'm saying? So like, it don't make sense, bro.
I mean, that's one thing I like about, well, I mean, I'm glad you said that, but most artists don't think like that. And that's why I think even with 50 and why he's so successful in whatever he does is he always takes care of the DJs, and not financially. But like, if a DJ is doing something, he supports. He goes to, he pops up. And, you know, he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, but he still does it to this day. So when Fifth does something, whether it's movies, music, liquor, whatever it may be, everybody supports him. And a lot of people don't get it. And they should get it more because that'll make things right. Even when I come to Detroit, no matter who I'm DJing with, woman, dude, doesn't matter, big DJ, smaller DJ, they always show you love, whether you there or not, because they say you always show them love. And that's what people don't get.
Yeah, that go a long way. You know, and money ain't everything. Like, people think money fix shit. You know, sometimes motherfuckers just might want your presence. You know what I mean? Some motherfucker might want your advice, you know, everything but the money. But like, you'll look at a nigga like, he ain't got much, here you go, be happy. It ain't about that. You know,
my grandma always said, manners will take you where money won't.
Man, say that again.
Manners will take you where money won't.
Man, that's serious.
I wanted to ask you about who influenced you as just a rapper growing up in Detroit? Because, you know, when I said, the Eminems and the, you know, the Big Seans, they don't seem like they had much influence on this generation.
I'm not gonna be fake about it. Like, they ain't had no influence on me. I'm not gonna lie. Me or none of my homies or nobody I know at all, they ain't had absolutely no influence musically. You know, but as far as opportunity, it's like, damn, it can happen. But then we started to feel like, hold up, it can't happen. It must only be able to happen with them type of guys. Like, you know, guys that's not really from the streets and from this way, or not involved, or, you know, don't really got too much of an understanding of what the fuck really going on and who we really is. You know what I'm saying? But like, dudes that really, really influenced me is like the Cheddar Boys, Street Lords, you know, Big Herc, Blade Icewood, you know, rest in peace Wipeout. Dudes like that, like, they really influenced me, along with like Juvenile. You know what I'm saying? Master P, like, we was listening to them type of niggas when we was growing up. Cause
I think of, like, I mean, the closest I knew to a street rapper back then was Trick Trick.
No,
from Detroit.
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
He was the only street rapper back then. Like, literally, like, that's all the world had ever seen from us was Trick. But you know what's crazy? Like, the Street Lords and the Cheddar Boys had such a big wave, the industry never really picked up on it. You know what I mean? So at first I felt like, damn, this just what it is with us. We make it here and it's just that. We hit that ceiling and it's over. Like, I had hit the ceiling 2013, you know, being the biggest artist in Michigan, literally like 2014 I headlined our summer jams. You know what I mean? That's when a little situation had popped off with some other artists down there.
Rick Ross couldn't get in that one.
Yeah, so I had to headline that motherfucker, and they rapped this shit word for word. And I just performed, but I had so many songs. I did like 3 songs, and I ended up doing like 8 other songs I didn't perform, rapping that shit word for word. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, I was mainly influenced by street rappers. You know what I mean?
Aren't you headlining this year too?
Yeah, I'm headlining this year too. I forgot about Summer Jam.
Yeah, I just feel like all those guys were ahead of their time. That's what it feels like. I mean, because when you look at what's happening in Detroit now, I feel like the Tricks and the Cheddar Boys and all them was just ahead of their time. Because Trick was doing songs with them, and it probably felt like you doing songs with Sean. Like it just didn't seem right.
That's the same. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But like we really like was going off the Lies Boys wave as well. And Mae West, like Helluva, he produced, but a lot of people don't know Helluva was a rapper, and he was one of the biggest rappers in our city at one point. You know what I mean? But he was the first nigga I seen like making beats and rapping on them outside of Kanye West. That shit was like amazing to us. But yeah, like, you know, I just appreciate that the world really understand what Detroit is now. Like at first, for a long time, they thought like the Wayne thing, all of us would get mad. Nigga be like, you from Detroit? Yeah. Man, what's up? You be on 8 Mile? Like, nigga, 8 Mile? The fuck is 8 Mile? Nigga from the 6, nigga. Niggas from 7 Mile, niggas from Dexter and Linwood and all that, niggas from the Warren, like all that shit. 8 Mile, like it was just so
that's
much.
That's all they see though.
That's all we saw.
It was so much of a misconception of what we was, and you know, at the end of the day, you don't really want to push off the negative. It ain't about, you know, yeah, we want to be known for being a murder capital and all that shit. It's just about, you know, nigga that struggle. Like, nigga, we down this bitch struggling, nigga. Like, this ain't no motherfucking rap battle city. Like, no disrespect to that. You know, I love rap battle, but we just wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas on this bitch getting robbed.
Y'all wasn't only that.
Only that.
We wasn't that at all, bro. Like,
really?
That was a small community.
Okay.
I remember they had that hip-hop summit. I was at that in Detroit at the Athenaeum.
Yeah, at the thing.
Way back, and that was a long time ago.
A while ago. You know, shout out to KDZ. He was like the first big artist we seen doing shows like with white folks rapping his music and all that shit. That was out of Detroit locally. You know
KDZ brought me to Detroit for the first time to host that Crazy Horse.
Man,
3 or something like that, way back in the day.
Yeah, bro, legend, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, that shit was just biggest misconception ever. Like, we hated that shit. I know I hated that shit.
And then St. Andrews, we looked at it like everybody be at St. Andrews.
Exactly, and that was like St. Andrews was corny to us.
Yeah.
We ain't go there. We was at the China Club and going to the Kobo games and, you know what I'm saying, the games at Ford Field and shit, like robbing niggas for buffs and like that shit was sweet to us. We was kids. We thought that was the wave. Like, we was like a robbing type hood, and you know what I mean? Niggas was selling dope and shit. Like all the OGs, the dudes that we seen going, they had real paper, like real money. These dudes had the same cars and jury jigging them had back then. Like, you know what I mean? And then for the world to think that this was the palms are sweaty type, and these weak arms heavy type city, it ain't that. Like, M influenced us as far as knowing we can make it out that bitch. Though really from the slums though, don't get it wrong. Like, I don't know where the 8 Mile shit came from, because M from off like Bradford.
And you know, it's crazy that he has never really left like that whole area in Michigan. And you, would you ever move out of Detroit?
Yeah, I would, but it gotta make sense. You know, it's fucked up everywhere. It's a ghetto everywhere. It's gossip everywhere. It's hate niggas everywhere. It's bad energy everywhere you go. For me, it's about knowing how to maneuver. Michigan, my home. You know what I mean? Like, lately, like, seem like guys been getting done up outside of their city, leaving home, and it used to be the other way around. And it's just happened the opposite. It's like, you know, we'll be in Atlanta somewhere. We at an Airbnb. We think we in the burbs. It's niggas that'll see the wall on that motherfucking know where we at, pulling right. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, it's just like I know how to maneuver through my home. I know the back roads. I know the fields. I know everything. Like, you know what I mean? I know where to go. I know where I need to be right when I go and all that shit. You know what I mean? So I move when it's right, when I'm done doing the shit that I'm doing as far as making music. You know, this a lot of music, just so much attention. And it be times where I really be like, fuck this shit, and just push my young niggas and let them turn up, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't in this shit for clout. I'm really in this shit for money and to change my family and, like, you know, change our circumstance and take care of my mama and all the people that I got love for. Like, so, you know, that clout that come with it just be throwing me off. I still be like, niggas say certain shit to me, like I just had a show, nigga, like, what you want for a verse, nigga? I pull out, I got whatever, bro, hey, this shit ain't nothing. I'm like, bro, I don't want your money, bro. Watch out, nigga, who you talking to, bro? You ain't gotta fall back, you ain't gotta do all that. And it's just like, I forget, you know, I be forgetting, like, damn, his job is to impress me or make me feel like, you know, niggas think certain shit move you and it don't. I'm not motivated by jewelry and money. I got this shit, but this shit is frivolous. I got it because I supposed to have it. And that's another thing I don't like, that I supposed to have this shit. You know, who made it that way? Who made them rules? Who made us have the same shit that niggas dying for? Why we gotta have this shit? Why I need to buy this shit for you to like me and appreciate my music? So sometimes I just be like, man, fuck this shit.
How do you, my last question, I guess, is how do you show people like that street side of Detroit without glorifying the criminal stuff?
You glorify what came from doing the criminal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not glorify. You rap about the outcome from glorifying the
real consequences.
Shit that you did.
Yeah.
You speak on them consequences. I could be like, yeah, little cuz caught a body, but he got 40 years.
That's right.
So I done rapped about this body. I let you know it's going on like that. We got the youngest, we got the shorties moving like that. But this what happened though.
Mm-hmm.
This what happened. Niggas around this bitch rapping like you could just pull up and blow a nigga head off and jump in the car.
Yeah.
Niggas got 1,000 videos. You caught 1 million bodies. How? Nigga,
Yeah.
how? How? It's impossible. Them folks not even watching you.
Mm-hmm.
They know you cap. That's one thing about the feds. They be knowing when a nigga cap. You hear a nigga rap about 1 million bodies, nigga ain't never caught a case. You ain't on nothing. You ain't on nothing. I know you ain't on nothing. You got guns in your video, so I know you ain't on nothing. You know, nowadays it's like the rap niggas, some of the rappers, you know, get they rap money and get this shit and then want to be street. We want that. We want what they got. I'm trying to, you heard, I ain't on that like shit. I'm trying, like I said, I'm in it for the money. I'm gonna get the money. I'm gonna stop wearing jewelry.
Right.
I'm never flashing no guns, none of that shit. I'm not about to walk backwards. You know, it's just, clout just fucked up thing. You know, man, it's just so sad that how behind our race is, and you know the artist is. Like we brainwashed, literally. Like we just got the wrong motives. Niggas get interviews and won't speak on that. I tell niggas all the time, I'm a studio gangster. Like what you mean, nigga? I'm a studio gangster. I ain't know, I'm chilling, nigga. I ain't pulling up, blowing a nigga head off. I ain't doing that right now. I'm focused. I got children. You know, we ain't never ducking no wreck though. That's the thing. You know, you just gotta be prepared for a nigga come at you. Ain't nobody coming at you. You ain't gotta go looking for that shit. So for that reason, it's like, yeah, nigga, I am a studio gangster. I can say that though. I can say that, and it's gonna be appreciated when I say that.
You know, one thing I think that's good about you is that you have a lot of influence by women. Like, your manager's a woman, your wife is influential, you were on Cash Doll super early, you have Dreezy on the project, you know, and I think that always I think it gives guys a different type of sensitivity too sometimes.
No doubt. Like, one thing about it, just being raised by my mother, a woman intuition is the best asset that God ever gave to a human being. A woman intuition, a woman gut, woman mentality, just overall, like y'all just so advanced and just so swift and clutch with this shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I got all women around me. Even my assistant, she a woman. My managers that manage my other artists, they women. I really appreciate a woman mind state. Y'all always coming from a sound place when other shit ain't involved. You know, that's why it's cool to separate. You know, you can't think with your private, with your joint. You know what I mean?
You couldn't think of the word to use.
I don't want to say the wrong shit.
Just say dick.
I ain't gonna say that though. You can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't think
you gotta
with
use
that.
the right head.
Yeah, but you can't think with that. You know what I'm saying? Because once that become, now that same woman who thought sound, she coming from an emotional place now. So now the advice different, the outlook different, the opinion different, everything just different. You know, so I feel like as long as you don't tamper with a woman's emotions, you're gonna get the best out of her. And I don't tamper with my wife's emotions. I don't play with her emotions. I be honest with her, and she be honest with me. I tell her the truth, you know, and I keep it gangster with her. I don't play games with her. I don't call her out. I don't call her a bitch. We used to do that when we was kids. Like, it was regular. I was like, shut up, bitch. That's where we come from. That shit normal. Like, and if I was to do that, she wouldn't get offended. It's normal. But I don't do it.
When you know better, you do better.
You do better. Like, I don't want to normalize that in my household because you never know what the kids always watch. They pick up on everything. They see everything. Kids feel energy. When I was fighting my case, my daughter seemed like she just felt that shit. You know what I mean? She seen that stress. Like, she just knew what it was. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, I make sure I respect my wife so my daughter gonna understand what it's like for a man to be a man. You know what I mean? But, like, yeah, I'm always have a lot of women around me.
So when you stop wearing jewelry, are you gonna change your name from
Shit, yeah, I'm trying to come that one type of bag, that Mr. Smith bag. You heard when I walk in the bank? Yeah, what's up, Mr. Smith? That bag. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna change who I am at heart, but you know, it's all right to change your surroundings.
Absolutely.
It's go to any nigga, bro. If you hit that goal, if your goal was, if you hit that goal, change up, switch it up. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit.
You got to. Growth and evolution is all it's about.
That's all it's about. Change that shit up, switch it up. You know what I mean? Like, I just be waiting for that first street rapper who I see that's gonna, you know what I mean, really make that initiative. And I say little shit about like Jeezy and songs and shit. Like, I got a song where I say I never let a nigga young Jeezy me. But you know, that's music in reality, and I meant that. But in reality, like, he one of the only like first rappers that I seen that come, like, that's still Snowman. That nigga really from the streets. He really making that initiative to be different. Like, he normalizing that shit, like with the way he dressed, the way he think, all that. Even the route that he took at the Gucci Man battle. You know, he went a different route. And he came from it from a whole nother angle. And as many memes and niggas playing, he never spoke about it. Like, well, I did it because of it. That man just on a whole nother level with it.
That's right.
He really switched it, and he ain't have to. He did not have to stop. That man don't be wearing jewelry, none of that shit. Like, and you know, I feel like he that comfortable with himself, and he get it. He's somebody that really get it, and I see that with his actions because I don't know him personally. You know, I feel like he get it. And
he do. Well, let's get into a joint
right
now. What you want to hear?
That's the Play Up the Scope featuring Lil Baby.
All right. Well,
growth and evolution, y'all. That's what you learned from this interview today with my guy.
Appreciate you for joining us this morning.
And make sure you go grab Autobiography of Malcolm X and Message to the Black Man. Those books will change your life.
Ever, man. Shout out to the guys too, Webbo, motherfucking Iz, Babyface, GT, Lou Graham, Peasy, all the guys, man. Whoever I missed out, I love y'all, man. Ghost, right? Nigga Chopper Boy. Shout out to my manager Chanel, my artist Rich Town Butter, motherfucking SBR Peasy, Lil Chucky, everybody, man.
Well, let's get into the joint now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.